How to start your own small business and make at least $1,500 a day. Of course, $1,500 is actually not such a big amount, but you gotta start somewhere, right? Let's do it. Hi everyone, my name is Elena Ledoux. I'm the CEO and founder of Superb Maids, one of the fastest growing house cleaning companies in US. I'm also an executive with Boss Security Screens, one of the leaders in security screens market in the United States. By the way, if you want to make a lot of money and make your life better, make your family's life better, and grow and develop as a person, then subscribe to my channel and we'll continue communication and learning, and I'll be happy to chat with you. Typically, my coaching client or partner that I take on or a company that I would acquire will have a range already of making at least $1,500 a day, and then we scale it to 7 figures from there. However, I understand it's very daunting when you are just starting out. You have a very small amount of revenue. You're not sure. Some companies grow like crazy and make millions of dollars, and other companies can linger for decades and not get anywhere. So what does it take? I'm gonna tell you an actual secret, what all the scaled companies know. It's based on the exact same principles that everybody applies. Take your little notepad out and I'm gonna give you $1 million advice. I'm sorry, $1,500 a day advice. The topic of making money from scratch as entrepreneurs is super important because typically it's not, unfortunately, taught anywhere. My mom and dad didn't teach me how to make money. My school, I have 2 higher education degree. I have law degree and economics degree, and I had no freaking clue about how to make a single dollar, right? All you know is just go get a job, right? You get a job, you make some money. Somebody will pay you like something an hour, and then you're gonna be okay, you can pay your bills. But how to make real money, how to make a business out of that, not a job, not a self-employment, but the actual business where it's an engine that produces money while you're sleeping, while you're eating bonbons on your couch. That is a secret that is not taught anywhere. Even in business schools, they teach you theory, they teach you some grand ideas, but in reality, even in business schools, they make you actually create something because it's generally that's the only way you can learn. So I'm going to explain to you what needs to happen for you to start a small business and make at least $1,500 a day. Why is it such an interesting number? It's because if you make that amount, $1,500 times 20 working days, it's about $300,000 business. And if you multiply that by average net profit margins for average good small business in US, it's about 20%. So you're looking at about $60,000. So imagine if you had that engine that's running without you and giving you $60,000 a year. So that's not bad, right? That gives you enough footing to quit your job or quit whatever the hell you're doing, wasting your time, and focus on scaling that to hopefully $1 million and several $1 million and beyond. So I'm going to give you 5 steps. They're fairly simple. The most crucial step is step number 5, so pay attention. The number 1 step for how to build a small business that makes at least $1,500 a day is to play by the rules. I see that mistake over and over as a business coach and as entrepreneur. A lot of times people start a business and they start kind of doing it almost like ghetto style. They skirt the rules, they don't pay taxes. They take their actual employees, and instead of properly paying payroll taxes, they qualify them as independent contractors, even though we all understand, including the government also understands that in reality, those are your actual employees. You should be paying taxes, right? And so yes, you can get away with it perhaps forever until something happens, like a bad accident or somebody complains about you. But in business, for it to grow, in the rules of business, right? At least is the way I personally see it. You must play by the rules, because in business, trust is everything. People buy services and products based on trust. So if you don't have a business license, if you don't have insurance, if you don't pay your taxes, that trust will start eroding and you will have a super hard time scaling your business, right? Meaning you're not gonna make any money. So please, from the very outset, even though it takes more effort, it costs more money to do it the right way, but do it the right way. Play by the rules. Number 2, super important step. To build a small business that is successful and that's scaling, make sure you build a reputation. What do I mean by reputation? Make sure that everybody knows about you online and offline as a great business, that they're raving about you, they're telling their grandma about you. I'll tell you a good example. When I first started my cleaning company, Superb Maids in Las Vegas, one day I was driving to pick my husband up with his brother. They were having a beer in some cafe or some restaurant. And when the waitress saw my car pull up, that was logoed with my company's name, Superb Maids, she squealed and she was jumping up and down. She was so happy. And when my husband was very surprised because she was kind of cold towards him and his brother all the way, kind of indifferent. When I walked in, she actually gave me a hug because she said, my team did an amazing job for her sister. And for some reason, it just blew her mind. She was so touched by that. And so she was grateful. So that is a real life reputation that I want you to build if you want to build a big scalable company. Number 3, it's counterintuitive, so pay attention. Do not focus on the money. I love money. Money is my best friend, right? But that is not the way to build a business, because people can smell it from you if all you care about is this, right? Make your service or the product first. Make it amazing, make it exceptional. Focus on that, and then you can charge the money for it, right? And I'm all about raising prices. I'm all about pricing ourselves adequately, right? Well, price ourselves well. All my friends make fun of me because I always give advice as a coach, raise your price, right? So that's kind of like what I'm known for. So, but I think in this particular case, I want you to not focus on the money first, focus on the actual deliverables first. Be amazing, be mind freaking blowing, and then people will come and money will follow. For instance, in my company, Boss Security Screens, sometimes we have clients who call us who were victimized by a competitor, right? Somebody came in, did a shitty job, took their money, ran off with it, and now stuff is falling apart, so they can't protect their family. So when they call us, we go above and beyond to help that person. Because ultimately, at the DNA of this company is protecting the public from harm. So if somebody is about to be harmed, we're always going to step up to the plate. That's going to be first, and then money is going to be secondary. Number 4, I deal with a lot of immigrants because I am an immigrant as well. And one of the most common mistakes I see that immigrants make is related to my 4th point. The 4th point is build an amazing team, A+ team, and treat them with utmost respect. What do I mean by that? Do I mean that immigrants don't respect their employees? No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is in more traditional societies, there's a very strict hierarchy, the relationship between employer and employee. Kind of employer always talks down, hey you, I'm your boss, do whatever I told you to do, right? Kind of like that. And if the employee made a mistake, then the boss is like all raging, is like, how dare you? Why did you do this, right? The employee already feels really bad. They're already crying inside, and all of a sudden boss like adds to that emotion and you just want to die at this point, right? Never do this. Instead, the way to grow your business, do it for the business reason, right? For the money reasons, be nice to your employees. And not just like super nice, you have to keep them accountable too. But first, be supportive. First, be the best boss they've ever had in their life. And best doesn't mean the most permissive, that people can like drive all over you back and forth, right? No, that's not what I mean. What I mean by that is support their growth as a person, the growth as an employee. You want them to be A+ player. Did you know that on average American employee gives 19% of their productivity to their job, right? So we're paying for 100%, of course, but we only get 19% back. So I spend a lot of time thinking, how can I get more than 19%, at least 80% or 100%, because I am like super cheap. I don't want to waste my money. So what I found works super well is just being super supportive, motivational, and nice and kind, not just nice, but kind to your employees. And then that employee will appreciate that, of course, because they're human being, and they will go above and beyond. They will go beyond 100%. They will be an A+ player. That's what I have with my Superb Maids team. That's what I have with my American team. And that's what I have with my Boss team, right? So don't forget that, if not for humanitarian reasons, but at least for business reasons. Number 5, the stuff that where I usually come into some business's life is actually the real secret why some companies scale and others don't. Is number 5 is have the systems. And what I mean by that, you need to have systems for every aspect of your business. You need to have marketing system, you need to have administrative systems, you need to have sales systems, production systems, and hiring systems, right? For everything that you do in your business, you must have a system. Why is this important? Because if you don't have a system, then everybody operates ad hoc. If your employee had a bad, like you have an amazing employee, let's say you have an A+ employee, right? You're doing a great job, great service, everything is amazing, fantastic. So for instance, we're acquiring a company that's been in business for 20 years, stellar reputation, amazing staff, A+ team. Why is it not growing? No marketing systems, actually no systems, period, right? They have like somewhat of production systems, but they do it based on just the goodness of the heart, because they really want to help the client. They want to take care of the client. Clients love them, they appreciate them. But without the systems, it's not a real business. In fact, they do make $1,500 a day approximately. That's what they make. But after 20 years, you would hope that it's going to be more like, I don't know, like at least $1 million a year, right? At that point, because it's a lot of work. Small business is hard, so we want to make sure we actually get paid well for that, for all the suffering, right? All the sleepless nights. So make sure you build the systems. What I mean by system, for instance, for marketing, right? What you need to have is like, that one time I went and I distributed 20 flyers, right? And then I got one phone call from that, and ta-da, he landed a big account. Is that a system? That's not a freaking system, okay? So you need to distribute way more flyers than that, right? If that's what you're testing. You need to measure it. You need to like tweak it, test it, make sure it runs well, and then scale that. And that's how you grow, because now you have a marketing system. You figure out like, this is the language that works on the flyers. This is the picture that works in the flyers. This is the area where the flyers perform super well. So we're gonna put in a lot of effort and money and thought into that particular lever, marketing lever. And after you tweak it and test it and it's working well, now you got a system. Same thing for admin, same thing for hiring, for instance. It's super important. How do you get this A+ team? By hiring right. Sometimes employers, especially small business employers, complain like, oh my God, my employee is such a and I always say like, who hired them, right? Who hired them? It's you, because you got no systems. You just hired anybody with a pulse because you're desperate or careless or whatnot. Now you angry at the employee, when in fact, that is your responsibility to hire well, hire the right person. And that is the true reason why some companies do scale, and other companies, even though they're amazing and kind and love their clients love them, have amazing reputation, amazing people, but they cannot grow because they are not systemized. What do you think about that? If you have any question in your mind, what prevents you from starting a business, or question about any factors that I discussed, you would like to learn more, or you're confused, right? Or you disagree or agree, please comment under this video. I'll be happy to jump in and personally respond to that, because I do want you to grow. I want you to live the best life possible, realize your full potential as a human, as an entrepreneur as well. Thank you so much for watching. I love what I do. Please make sure to like this video so I know it's making a difference for you. And of course, subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.